Mayor Cantrell responds to questions about the level of DWI arrests amid the ongoing police shortage.
Yeah, this afternoon, the NOPD released the number of such arrests it says took place last year. Sabrina Wilson has more.
The mayor acknowledges that the NOPD's focus is on violent crime, but she says the city also doesn't want drunk drivers killing innocent people. The police department continues to grapple with a manpower shortage, and this afternoon the NOPD tells Fox 8 that last year there were 169 DWI arrests in the city and 348 DWI arrests in 2021, and says those are the only years it can access at this time. Further, the NOPD says a simple search for DWI arrests or citations would likely not show all arrests because many arrests are made in the process of investigating traffic accidents, which would be classified as accidents first. But Mayor Cantrell acknowledges that fighting violent crime is the police department's top priority.
So first of all, our focus is on violent crime and not that DWIs, we know that they're important, right? We know in terms of definitely don't want an innocent person being killed by a drunk driver. Absolutely not. But the reality is that we do have a manpower issue, and we are focusing every aspect of our resources on violent crime. We've heard that very loud and clear from the residents that we serve, and we're going to continue to do that. But that doesn't mean that we're not focusing on force multipliers so that we can free up the response of our officers to therefore be redirected in other deployment strategies like traffic and patrolling traffic.
Cantrell also says the city asked state police to help with enforcement on the interstate systems that run through New Orleans, and she added that the interim police chief, Michelle Woodfork, indicated there was a shortage of state police taking advantage of that opportunity, and Woodfork inquired whether it's possible for the city to pay state troopers overtime. Cantrell says she's totally on board with that idea and asked her CAO to look into it. Cantrell also says officers handled an accident involving former Congressman and former Biden advisor Cedric Richmond according to policy and procedure. The NOPD also says its traffic unit has a DWI enforcement section, and all traffic unit officers are certified in conducting standardized field sobriety tests and the use of intoxilizers. And the NOPD says it also utilizes overtime and grants to increase DWI patrols periodically and plans to continue to increase enforcement efforts.